Hey CG, I'm Bennett.
And I'm Zach.
And we have your CGTV broadcast for Homecoming Friday, October 1st. We have stories about the stands tonight and 2 previews for fall sports that are in their tournament runs.
The big game, along with the parade and the crowning of the homecoming court, will all take place tonight, here. However, students have reported the fun on Friday, nights of home games. There have also been some dangerous issues. Menachi Johnson and Marzier Workman have the story.
Right now, these stands are empty, but tonight they'll be filled with students cheering on our top-ranked football team. However, over the past 2 games, administrators have had to deal with problems in the stands.
Really this year, throwing things has become something that a lot of students are doing, but it's not typical.
Ashani Regmi was right here when she was a victim of one of those thrown bottles.
So it was during the first football game, and I was in the student section, and I was at the front of the bleachers, and then for some reason, I don't remember why, I turned around, and then I got hit right in my forehead with a full Powerade bottle, and it just kind of like exploded. Right after it happened, I went and I met with the trainer at the school. The school was super helpful with it all. They took me to the trainer. And then I met with the doctor 2 days later. I got a concussion. And they just kind of, academically, it put me a little behind. I was kind of out of it for a couple days. But overall, it's gotten better.
Because of the recent injuries that have happened within the student section, the administrators are increasing their monitoring.
Yeah, if you notice the last home game, we had our administrators present up in the bleachers for parts of the game to make sure that we could see from up there. But we're constantly looking up from down below as well. That way we can assist each other in identifying those students who are responsible.
There's a gate that separates the stand from the football field, and there's always an adult there who can notify one of us. You can also notify CGPD. They're typically monitoring the stands, or they're down on the ground in the crowd. So just let one of them know, and then they can find us, and we can make sure that people stay safe.
Assuming everyone follows school guidelines and general decency, the Homeco game promises to be a great time for players and fans.
Don't flip your water bottles. Don't ruin your fun, and don't ruin someone else's fun at the game. It's super fun to go and watch. We have an amazing football team, and we have amazing kids and fans who come out to cheer. Please don't ruin it for others.
I would definitely keep an eye out. Like if you see someone doing it, you don't want to be a snitch, but like at the same time, you do want to keep everyone safe. So if you do see something happening, let someone know, even if it's just your friend. Like let people know what's happening, and just keep an eye out. Watch your surroundings. Know where your friends are. Small things like that.
Embody the Trojan spirit. Do the things that root for your team, not to cause destruction, to our facilities or hurt to our students, and be a positive cheerleader rather than someone who decides to cause ruckus by doing something that you shouldn't do.
So tonight, come out to the Ray Skillman Stadium to cheer on the Trojans as they take on Pike in the homecoming game. Reporting for CGTV, I'm Marzier Workman.
We should keep stands safe tonight because homecoming is a lot of fun. We have had a lot of spirit this week as students have worn everything from pajamas to country club apparel to school.
One homecoming tradition happened without a big crowd, though CG, you should have been there. CGTV has a look at your Monday night Powder Puff game. During the first 10-minute game, the seniors took the field against the sophomores, winning 7-2. The second game was a battle between the juniors and the freshmen, which ended with a touchdown run by the juniors, who won 7-0. For the consolation game, the freshmen took on the sophomores. The sophomores had a number of successful offensive runs that ended with a touchdown and a victory, 7-0. And the last game was junior versus senior for a 20-minute battle. Both teams had touchdowns, but late in the game, the seniors caught an interception, which in Powder Puff earned them the 2 points needed to secure the win over the juniors, 9-7. Coaches were very invested in the play, the cheerleaders were spot on, and the victors enjoyed the presentation of the prize in an on-field ceremony by Coach Moore. Congratulations to the seniors and all who participated in the Powder Puff game.
Right now, another team has taken the field at the state competition. The CG girls golf team teed off at Prairie View this morning at 8:45. Taylor McCartney brings you a preview of what the team expects to see.
Girls golf heads to Prairie View for the state final after placing third at regionals with a score of 325.
We struggled a little bit Friday, but as I tell people, we got the job done. I would rather struggle at regional and get out than struggle at state finals. We've had a very solid season. We broke through and won a couple events that we haven't either ever in a long time, and so I think those will help.
The Trojans' most experienced golfer, Lainey DeHaven, knows the course provides a challenge for Center Grove.
I think that the yardage difference is a lot bigger, and I think some of the younger players don't have that much experience with it, and I think coming into it and going into a practice round, I think that it'll help with learning the course a lot better and, getting what clubs we need to hit into the greens.
While the Prairie View course has challenges, Coach Hoover has prepared the team for its unique features.
It is pretty fair. Fairways are wide, greens are big, but if you miss fairways or if you miss the green, it's very penalizing. So you've got to be striking the ball well and controlling your ball and those types of things. So if you're hitting the ball well, it's good scores can be had. But if you're struggling at all, it is very penalizing.
Sophomore Camille Short is aware of the course's length and hazards, but knows she must play her own game.
It's a much longer course than what we've been used to playing this season. It's like 6,000 yards. We're used to playing 5,200. So the holes are a lot longer, so we have harder approach shots coming into the holes. I just need to manage my game, and you don't always have to hit driver off the tee. Just put the ball in places where you can score well. Stay out of trouble, stay out of the hazards.
3 of the 5 players have experience at the state level.
Last year was a tie for 8th place finish. This year we're really looking to end up with some hardware, so a medal. So top 4 teams, medal in place. Of course, top 2 bring home nice trophies. So that's kind of where our eyes are set. We have beaten everyone in the field at some point in time this year, so we're very capable. We're still one of the younger teams. We're not the youngest team probably anymore, but we're going to be right there with being one of the youngest teams. We're going to have 3 sophomores in the lineup, so it's still cutting our teeth a little bit, still getting experience a little bit, but we're there, we're ready. So just looking forward to a good solid 2 days.
For more information on Laney DeHaven and the girls golf team, check out Sam Finley's story on Trojaneer.com.
You can follow all the action today and tomorrow as the girls golf teams vie for a state title by following our Twitter feed, CG_sports. Postseason action kicks off for the girls and the boys soccer teams next week. The boys soccer team starts their postseason run on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Ben Baranko brings you the story.
As the boys varsity soccer team heads to sectionals, team members Caden York and Eli Deddy know the team must work together as a whole if they would like to defeat the likely matchup with Southport.
I'd say defensively as a team, as long as we're defending as a whole and not as individuals, we will be successful. A lot of times we catch ourselves just being individuals and not defending as a whole unit, and that can really affect us as a team to defend well.
Slowing it down and not just going at the goal every single time. Like if we can just calm down, try to get numbers up, try to get our outside backs up so we can attack the goal, and that'll really help against Southport and just on throughout sectionals and regionals.
Eli Deddy, who scored 3 goals for the Trojans in their last 2 regular season games against Carmel and Bloomington South, knows that the game against Greyhounds prepared the Trojans for the playoff atmosphere.
It gave us a lot of confidence. Carmel is normally a really hard competitor, and for us to, we lost 3-0 last year, so for us to come in and tie them 2-2 gives us a lot of confidence and hope for sectionals. So if we beat Southport, then Roncalli and Perry have to play each other in the second round. So we tied Roncalli, and Perry has a good record, and they beat Southport earlier this season, so those will definitely be 2 big competitors.
For live updates on the Trojans' playoff run, follow CG_sports on Twitter.
For more on the girls soccer team, which starts postseason play Tuesday at home against Franklin, check out Trojaneer.com.
That's all we have for you today, CG. Come out tonight and support your Trojans as they take on Pike at 7 p.m. in the homecoming football game.